Here we go. We're doing it live. I'm panning. You can walk. Yeah, keep on coming. I'm gonna start coming back in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So last year I was lucky enough to direct 4 music videos for the extremely talented Tegan and Sara. I plan on doing a making of for each one of those, but in this video I'm going to be breaking down and talking about our first collaboration, which was for their song Yellow. Now I'm based in Toronto, and Tegan and Sara at the time were in Calgary filming their TV show High School, so we were only able to communicate over video calls. And on one of those calls we were talking about various concepts for the various songs that I was sent, and I really didn't have an idea for Yellow. Nothing was kind of jumping out. So they were like, if you search for song Yellow, really only one comes up, and that's Coldplay's. So why don't we lean into that? Why don't we pay homage to that video on a beach? So I was like, cool. And it's really helpful when a band has buy-in to a concept. So Coldplay's video for Yellow came out over 20 years ago, and it's essentially Chris Martin walking along the beach, shot in slow motion as he sings directly to the camera as the camera moves back with him. So I knew we were essentially going to be doing that, but where possible and when it makes sense, I like to do things a little differently or add a little bit of creativity to differentiate it. So I quickly thought that it would be cool to not only film the video in slow motion, but to shoot in slow motion and regular speed all within a single take. So I liked that idea a lot, and I had played with something similar in little snippets in an Arkells video, but to do it in a video in its entirety I thought would be challenging and cool. So the trick to that, and the thing that makes it interesting, is you can't just figure it out in post. You have to kind of bake it into the track that they're singing along to on set. So you have to manipulate the track so that it's double time like a chipmunk, and then regular speed, and then double time like a chipmunk, and then regular speed. Oh, and to complicate it even more, I thought it would be cool to like chop out actual parts of the song that we were performing on set so that I could loop parts and have them play back in reverse and forwards. So in theory, this idea is cool. In my head, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be really interesting. But I need to kind of prove to myself and prove to the band that this is going to be cool and effective. Okay, rolling on Cherry Beach to do Yellow test. So here we go. So I went down to a local beach in Toronto and just held the camera out in front of me and performed the song with the speed changes and the looping parts. I'm so vain, I can't look away. Luckily, I thought it looked really cool, and it helped get buy-in from the band, which was exactly as intended, which was great. Tegan and Sara are from Vancouver, so they recommended a stretch of beach where we should film this. So when I flew into Vancouver, I stayed in a hostel like really close to the beach, so that the day before the shoot I could wake up extremely early before the sun rose. It's 4:30 in the morning to do a location scout and really just map out which actual stretch of beach is the best. And it was a good opportunity to figure out when did the sun rise, how much time do we have to shoot. It is now 4:41, it's 4:49, 4:53, 4:56. So I think we want to be pre-sunrise, depending on how overcast it is. 5:30 in the morning, and the light looks very nice. Okay, the sun is now up. It is 5:38, so we are done by 5:40. So the next morning at about 4:40 a.m. we met in a parking lot at the beach, and that was actually the first time I got to meet them face to face. We're officially rolling. Can you believe it? Okay, you ready? Everyone good?
Ready.
Here we go. Oh, I'm gonna start at the water and I'll come meet you. So the team was actually really small to accomplish this video. We basically had Tegan and Sara, their manager, their creative director, a stylist, makeup person, and we had a local gaffer named Corey who was awesome. And that was it. I'm gonna start coming back in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So as a unit, we all kind of just walked backwards behind me along the beach, then turned around and did it again and again. Even though the video was one single take, we knew that it would take multiple attempts to get the best version, both from my technical shooting, their performance, the changing light. So there was a number of factors that were at play, plus the weather. So what was kind of cool is it started to rain just like the perfect amount where we could still film, and ironically enough, that brought us even closer to paying homage to the original Yellow video from Coldplay, because in that video, it's raining.
Everything is falling apart. Same shit that kept us apart. I've been gone too long.
So we shot about 10 takes overall, and I knew there was at least one or two in there that were good, that were great. But I'm kind of always of the mindset that I just want one more. You don't know what's gonna kind of happen, or maybe something perfect that you didn't expect will occur, and you just never know. And it's like, we're here, we're on location, let's do it.
You guys want to do it in this heavier rain or wait?
Let's go.
But sometimes external factors play a role, and it started to really, really rain a lot.
This is insane.
And
here we go.
That rain basically said, we're done. So that was a wrap. After reviewing the footage, I knew there was like 2 or 3 takes that I really liked, that I was happy with. So I shared it with the band, and they were super happy as well. They thought it looked awesome. However, their number 1 take didn't align with my number 1 choice.
Try it, baby.
But in the end, the artist wins. It's their image, it's their video, it's their decision. So I still like the final one. They picked the one with a bit more rain. So there's a couple things that I took away from this project, from this video. And one is, as always, be as prepared as possible. Sometimes I'm like super organized and super prepared, and other times I'm not, and I don't think there's a one size fits all. And the other thing I took away from this project is just the idea that it's important to be good to work with. Obviously be good at what you do. There was kind of a moment where I realized that I was in Tegan and Sara's good graces, if you will. And it was probably the second or third take of the song. With one of the speed changes, I think they happened to make a flub.
Singing us some songs.
Behind the camera, I'm walking backwards. I just started singing the song.
Try in vain. I've been gone too long. This fruit ain't black, it's yellow.
And you could just see a little smirk on their face when I did that. And later, they told me that a director had never, or that was the first time a director had ever sang their song back to them. We had a connection, which was cool. What else to say about the video?